Hello, welcome to another boxing review. This one's a bit different today. This fight is for the Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn fight review slash update. So a few weeks ago, of course, Manny Pacquiao finally squared off against Jeff Horn for the WBO welterweight title. Obviously, there's no point going through the sort of background of the fight because everyone does know the sort of background of the fight. So in the fight itself, Manny Pacquiao obviously looked like a normal welterweight, and the first thing I did notice that Jeff Horn did put on a lot of weight after the weigh-in. Of course, he was in the welterweight limit, but for the fight, of course, there was no rehydration clause or anything like that, and of course, he was able to put on as much weight as he wanted to. I think this played in his advantage, of course, because looking over the fight itself, a couple of times he looks about, let's say, like a middleweight, sort of like middleweight, which of course played into his advantage. The fight itself actually was quite entertaining. I did actually think Manny Pacquiao would win. I didn't know much about Jeff Horn beforehand. I did say in my preview of the fight that I didn't really know much about Jeff Horn. I didn't really know who he fought. And of course Manny Pacquiao was coming off good wins against Tim Bradley and Jesse Vargas the previous year. Of course capturing the WBO welterweight title in the process. So of course he's going into it on a high. But when the fight started, I did sort of look to think the strategy for Manny Pacquiao. What was it going to be? Was it going to be the simple throw loads of punches and stuff in and out, side to side, using hooks to the body and head, using the quick left hand and the speed to take away Jeff Horn's strengths? But the fight itself didn't really turn out like that how I predicted. Jeff Horn used his size and weight advantage to sort of rough about and push back Manny Pacquiao, and to be fair, to his credit, Jeff Horn did really well in the fight. Of course, there was outcry of Manny Pacquiao won the fight. Of course, Jeff Horn didn't land as many punches as Manny Pacquiao, but sometimes the judges scored differently because, as many people do know as well, that sometimes different judges score the fight sort of rounds, different things. Sometimes it could be the crowd reaction the crowd reaction of the punches. It could be more punches thrown. It could be all the 10 punches landed. And of course, for this particular fight, Jeff Horn obviously won because he landed the more precise punches, more clear cut chances. Round 9, of course, was a big turning point in the fight. Manny Pacquiao unleashed a massive load of punishment on Jeff Horn, damaging his face quite clearly as well. And then the referee between rounds 9 and 10 did say, I want to protect you. I think he tried to stop the fight, but his corner wasn't having any of it. Of course, it's a massive opportunity for Jeff Horn and his team going against Manny Pacquiao and the world title. You're not going to quit straight away. So he's given the benefit of the doubt. And I think the referee did say that he was going to give him one more round. And of course, he gave him one more round, and Jeff Horn, to his credit, like I said, won the round, which is obviously it shows that he wasn't just in there just to get a payday and then to get knocked out or just to get dominated the whole fight. He was in there, he wanted to win. So of course Jeff Horn won the fight by decision. Then obviously there was a big outcry from many fans and people online, and then reportedly Manny Pacquiao did request the WBO to look over the fight again. And normally when you hear about that, normally it's for a sort of big controversial victory for his opposite opponent. Like for example, when Tim Bradley and Manny Pacquiao first squared off in 2012 for the same belt, of course Manny Pacquiao won that fight quite comfortably, and a lot of people were favouring Pacquiao rather than Bradley. And I think if Manny Pacquiao was gonna do a recall for the WBO, it should have been for that fight, because this fight was a bit more easier to see the winner. This is just from my view, of course, not from this is not from asking people's opinion and then doing the video. This is me watching the fight a couple of times back. Manny Pacquiao did have his moments because if you look at the post-fight interviews or photos after the fight, Manny Pacquiao had a few cuts because of the head clashes. But overall, Jeff Horn took more punishment to the face. Maybe his skin, or maybe he can't take punishment as well as Manny Pacquiao, but he had swollen eyes, he had cuts, and you can clearly tell that Manny Pacquiao landed more hurtful punches. But like I said, the judges didn't see it like that, which of course obviously upsets Manny Pacquiao and his team and his fans. but sometimes the judges just don't score the way they might have done in previous fights. So of course Manny Pacquiao, like I said, did do the WBO investigation, and I think a couple of days ago there was a verdict. It was the same verdict before. Jeff Horn won. Again, I'm not sure who judged, how it worked out, if it was played on mute, or if the judges there was a bigger panel of judges or something, or they scored it differently. I'm not actually sure. I need to look into it. It's only a few days ago I heard about this. But of course Jeff Horn's been confirmed as the winner by decision. So this sort of like confirms his victory if it didn't already the first time. So of course Jeff Horn is now the WBO welterweight champion in the world. He did call out Floyd Mayweather. I'm not sure if that was just a wind-up or like an actual serious call out. Obviously he's scheduled to fight Conor McGregor on August 26th at light middleweight. Where does Manny Pacquiao go from here? I heard that there was a rematch clause in the actual contract for this fight. So that does happen. Likelihood is I could see Manny Pacquiao going over to Australia again. But maybe for more mutual ground, maybe Las Vegas could be a good opportunity for Jeff Horn to showcase himself in the American scene. Manny Pacquiao, of course, has fought in America a ton of times. That might favour him simply because he's got a bigger name over there, but time will tell. If Jeff Horn doesn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao again, he could go after the other world champions, of course, which is Keith Thurman, who currently holds the WBA and WC welterweight titles. Of course, Errol Spence is the current IBF welterweight champion who just recently beat Kell Brook. So who knows, Jeff Horn could get himself some unification fights. I mean, the Manny Pacquiao fight could be the most money, just for money-wise. I'm not actually sure how much money he made for the first Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao himself, of course, he could fight Jeff Horn again, or he could fight maybe like Keith Thurman or one of the champions, or maybe like not a tune-up fight, maybe like a sort of not like a world level welterweight fight, maybe like a sort of fringe contender, even maybe something like Kell Brook or something. I know that's a bit of another one to throw out there, considering Kell Brook's recent defeats to Golovkin and Errol Spence, but that could be a good matchup. I've heard also that the upcoming match between Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner, the winner of that could move up to welterweight. I think this is the same rumour I heard the other day, but this could be a different rumour linking into just the Manny Pacquiao name, because sometimes when you attach someone's name to it, sometimes it automatically means they're going to fight, which obviously always isn't the case. But the fight itself was actually quite good. Like I said, Jeff Horn did much better than I anticipated him. It was his weight and his size advantage to rough up Manny Pacquiao. Of course, he got the clash of heads, which did sort of take away from a good fight. And I think Manny Pacquiao got cut on both sides of his head, which was clearly evident after a couple of rounds after the damage was done. I say Manny Pacquiao had his moments and stuff. He did well in spurts. Round 9, of course, was the most significant round for him, but he just couldn't get that sort of natural killer instinct from the years before, where the old Manny Pacquiao, I think, would have probably finished him off. But I know it's easy to say back then because he was fighting different fighters, it was a different time, and he was younger and fresher. Manny Pacquiao's 38 years old now, so how long does he have left in the sport? Only time will tell. I'll probably say about another year or so if he really wants to carry on fighting, but he does say many times he does love boxing. So it's all down to him really if he wants to carry on. He has options, just like Jeff Horn, but that all depends on what happens with the team. I've heard also as well the other day that Pacquiao hasn't spoken to Freddie Roach since the defeat. I'm not sure if this is a rumour or just some sort of if it's a solid rumour. If Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao sort of went their own ways, that would be a bit strange because they've been together for so long, but I think that's more of just like a sort of rumour or like some sort of like fake story that's going around. I think the main problem at the minute is Bob Arum Top Rank, because I was listening to a few different boxing podcasts the other day. I'm not sure what one said it, but they were talking about how like in the Tim Bradley fights that he lost, Bob Arum Top Rank was obviously in obviously they're really unhappy about the results and stuff, and they're really frustrated. They demand a rematch, and the WBO to rewatch it and stuff. But with this fight, different sort of attitude this time round. There was like, oh yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes, which is a bit strange because it sort of makes you think, well, I know Manny Pacquiao's 38 and he's getting older, but like he's been around for ages, and he's your sort of main fighter for the generation who generates the most money. And they got lots of Terence Crawford as well, who's going to be fighting in a light welterweight unification fight soon. But of course, Terence Crawford is a great fighter, but not as good as Manny Pacquiao in terms of, I guess, status and money. And of course, that's Bob Arum was one of the main things he cares about, I think. But of course, that's like a different sort of story. I'm not sure if that's got a lot of weight under it, but there's a lot of things Manny Pacquiao and his team's got to sort out if he wants to carry on fighting or not. But like I said, only time will tell. But well done for Jeff Horn for beating Manny Pacquiao and capturing the WBO welterweight title. Sorry, this review's been a bit late. I did do this review a few days ago, but I just didn't upload it. So I thought I would add on the sort of news of the WBO Rewatch the fight, and that's why I've added on to it. So that's the reason why this video is a bit longer today. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give a like and comment as well, and share if you want to share it online. And anyone who writes any comments down below as well, it'd be good to have a discussion about this fight and what Manny Pacquiao or Jeff Horn does next. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.